What is going on, people inside the internet machine? Welcome to this episode of the pickups. And while I don't have a ton of stuff to show you, man, we did have a new we did have a new Goodwill open up, and it was absolutely mayhem today. All right, before we jump into it, I'm starting to see a lot of these videos on my feed about, is the retro gaming bubble gonna burst? Are prices coming down? Is the whole thing gonna fall over? And it's really one of those situations where it's like, I don't think those people understand how collecting markets really work. You know, listen, the bottom falls out of these things, bubbles burst and things like that. There's a couple of reasons. The first thing is just people age out. We saw this with like stamps and like old Western toys, which were kind of popular in the 70s and maybe like the early 80s, but nobody really collects stamps or Western collectible toys from, the 50s and 60s anymore, because all those people have gotten older. They've either passed away or they don't want to keep this stuff around, and then they put it back into the market and there's zero demand for it. So you have a lot of supply, no demand, and the price goes like this. Nobody wants it. It ends up at Goodwill. Avon, the Avon collectible perfume cars. I don't know anybody that cares about those at all. Now, there might be one or two people out there still hanging on, but God bless you. But yeah, the other is like, you price out there's no new people coming in because they're priced out. And I think that's more likely to happen with video games. I think video games do have staying power, but not so much when it comes to collecting plastic. That's sort of our generation thing. And when we die out, all of this stuff will go back into the market. And sure, the rare stuff's always going to be rare and desirable. But, when there's emulators, or you can just buy it cheap on the Wii store or whatever, the Switch store or the Sony store or whatever, I don't know if there's going to be a demand for this stuff. A couple generations from now, these consoles are breaking. Why buy an Atari when I can just mod something and have all the games there? It's not viable, to sustain what we are doing in the video games. It's just not going to work because we're all going to age out. You know what I mean? And it's just so much more convenient for other people to not buy video games, but buy like I said, emulators and all that kind of stuff. And the other thing is like, what's your budget? If your budget's $100 a month, okay, just a round number, and I'm spending $80 on video games and $20 on, action figures, and I go, you know what? I want to put my money into something else. I don't know, stickers, Squishmallows. I want to invest in Squishmallows. And you're not putting as much money into the video game thing. The hobby kind of takes a hit because of that, because there's not money going into your video game stores, and your video game stores are going to struggle. And I'm already starting to see a lot of games on my store at my game shelf. I mean, not personally my store, but Dave's store. The Nintendo games went from like a shelf long section to now it's like 4. So all that common stuff is definitely coming back into the store across all consoles, So there are people that are purging their collections, getting rid of stuff that they don't need, getting rid of doubles. I don't know, maybe they were resellers and they had a store and they don't want to pay the eBay fees anymore, which is a whole different ball game, a whole different thing. So they're trading in these games now while they still have some value. But I would expect probably in like 10 years, we're probably going to be back to all those games are pretty cheap when you go to the store to buy them. And on top of that, it's like the younger generation is weird. Like, kind of in a good way, honestly, because I have like 400 and something PlayStation 2 games. My oldest son, who's like 26, 27, he doesn't want any of them. And he's a PlayStation 2 kid. He grew up with that console. He loves that console. He wants like 6 games, 7 games. And it's like Jak and Dexter, Ratchet and Clank. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't care about Rule of Rose or, you know, Sky Gunner or anything like that. My daughter may want a couple of my Switch games and a couple of my PS4 games. The rest of it is, it's all just garbage to them. But they're still gamers, you know what I mean? So the hobby will be alive, the gaming will be alive, but I just don't know how long we can hang on to physical media. Like I said, I think it's going to be probably another 10 years. And we'll talk about like the Whatnot thing here in a minute when I get to the stuff that I got from Whatnot. But yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know. I mean, how long do you think this video game bubble is going to be sustained for until it bursts? You know, it's going to have, we will age out, right? So it does have an expiration date. I feel like next year is going to be a really tight year for gaming when it comes to people buying games. I don't think there's going to be, I think they're going to have one of their lowest sales years of all time. Just my opinion, because I've sort of already decided to not buy games next year. So if I'm just one person. Anyway, let's get to some pickups, but let me know what you think. All right, so first thing was at the flea market on Main. This was like last week. And they had a Micro Machines Collector's Edition Corvette on the shelf for whatever reason, $2.50. Couldn't say no. They were basically like, Chris, you got to take this. Finally got a copy of The Legend of Dragoon, the manual for PlayStation 1. And as you know, this is probably the most shown off game on my channel. I got the discs at a garage sale for $1 for all of them. Then I had to buy the back art. Then I had to buy the manual. And here we are with now a complete copy of Legend of Dragoon Black Label. So I've really been picking I've been picking up a lot of movies lately. It's just cheap, and I'm just kind of finding movies that I want to buy. You know what I mean? Usually it's like, it's on Netflix. I don't need to buy that. But yes, for whatever reason, I've found some really awesome movies lately that are like $1 a piece. So the first one is Foxy Brown and Black Mama, White Mama, the 2-pack. Love Foxy Brown. Got a secret down low crush on Pam Grier, man. She's a cutie with a booty. Watched this earlier today. Rushmore, great flick right there. Oh my God, man! My friend Tyler and I had a laugh about this. Dennis Rodman, Simon Says, terrible movie. But Dane Cook is in this movie. He's the comic relief sidekick. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I was just talking to this movie. About this movie to a friend at work, Cruel Intentions with Ryan Phillippe. And then Superman, of course, Dean Cain in Boa. And I'm sure this is a cinematic masterpiece. Okay, so Tyler came over this morning. We're going to go to the Goodwill. The new Goodwill opened, the Goodwill Plaza, which is like a Spirit Halloween store, right? So they would rent for Spirit Halloween. The Goodwill moved in there. We had a very small Goodwill that was like a shoebox-sized building, you know, if you can imagine that. And they moved it all into this Spirit Halloween-sized building. Very nice, but it opened today. Good. So Tyler comes over. He needed an Xbox 360 controller, and you know, I just hooked him up with a bunch of movies and stuff that he needed. And then he brought me a copy of Steven Spielberg's The Duel on 4K, and it's sealed. And what's funny is I think I have this sealed on VHS, so I will add this to my Blu-ray collection and take my VHS and put it in my doubles media bin. But crazy cool movie, man. If you've never seen that, it's like one of Steven Spielberg's first movies. Chippendales Rescue Rangers Crime Busters on VHS, which was awesome. Give that a watch. Samurai Jack, the premiere movie. So I'll have to watch that. I still haven't watched. I bought the whole collection on Blu-ray. Still haven't watched it yet. But yeah, so Forza Horizon on the 360. This completes my Forza Horizon collection. Subset complete. So thank you, my man. And you know, this year I started playing Forza Horizon. Love it, love it, love it. I started with 3, and it was the first game I played this year. And I think next year I'm going to make a Horizon game the first game I play. And we're going to do that for the next 4 years until we run out of Forza Horizon games to play. So very, very cool arcade style racing game. If you've never played them, they're readily abundant. They're pretty cheap for what they are. They're like 20 bucks or less. So definitely get one in your collection if you have an Xbox One for sure. But yeah, let's talk about this new Goodwill. So the new Goodwill opens, right? And they open at 9. We get there about like 8. This is what they did, okay? So they posted on their Facebook that the first 100 adults will get like a gift bag, and one person will get a $100 gift card. Like, one of the gift bags is going to have a gift card in it, and congratulations, you're the winner, you know? So then they posted that every adult, the first 100 adults will get a gift bag. Each gift bag will have a gift card, and one person will have a $100 gift card. So we're like, shit, we got to get there early now. So we get there like 8:10, 8:15, and there's already a line. And Tyler and I are walking to the end of the line. And I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm like 90. We're like 90 in line. Okay. So they get out there, they cut the ribbon, the news is out there, they got a little DJ out there, the people are giving away, you know, Celsius energy drinks or whatever, you know. And they open the doors, and it's like, we start going in, right? And Tyler got bag number 99, and I got Goodwill bag number 100. We were literally the last 2 idiots in line eligible to get these gift bags. It comes with this little envelope in here. You know, it's got the Goodwill thing on it. It says grand opening and stuff on the inside. I'm not going to show you all that. But your gift card was in there, and I ended up getting a $15 gift card. But inside the swag bag was a refillable water bottle, a traffic cone squishy thing. We got an ice scraper, which might actually come in handy. There's like a lanyard. There's a pad and pen. There's, oh, this is cool. It's like a chip clip kind of thing that clips to the, I'm going to put that right on the refrigerator. And then the last thing in there, I don't know what this is. I guess it goes on like your bag or your bike or something, and it like lights up. I don't know. This is probably something my daughter would like. I don't know. Give that to her. But anyway, we got the last 2 gift bags. Tyler got a $10 gift card in his. I got a $15 gift card in mine. So it's like free money, right? I'm not going to show you everything. I got like 3 Nike hoodies and a Green Bay Packers jersey and whatever else is over there. So it was all half off. All the clothings were half off. New furniture was 25% off, and propane refills were $2.99 a gallon. Store set up really nice. A lot of clothes, a lot of product in there. Go to the glass cases where they keep all the good stuff, and there's like 1989, 1990s Batman figures still in the package. There was a vintage Roger Rabbit still in the package. There was a blue Wii with a couple games. And I'm like, how much is this? And he's like, oh, you got to scan the little QR code, and it'll take you to the website, and you can bid on it. And then when you win, you can just come in and pick it up. I'm like, no, I want to buy it, you know? But anyway, VHS section, we got Godzilla's Revenge, Godzilla 1985. This is typically stuff that I don't find. Godzilla 2000. It's hard to believe that's like vintage, man. I'm so old. And then the Godzilla 2-pack. It's got King of Monsters and Godzilla versus Megalon. So that's pretty cool. And then the only gaming related thing that I picked up, there was this Game Boy Advance SP case, and it was $1, but it was half off. So it was $2, so it was $1. So yeah, it's in pretty nice condition. I don't actually own a Game Boy Advance SP, but for $1, I wasn't gonna pass it up. But it was absolutely chaotic at the Goodwill. It was absolutely incredible. So I can't wait to go there when it's not as, you know, like on a Wednesday, 3 weeks from now, when no one cares anymore. Just to kind of be able to go through and look through the electronic section and the toy section and the clothing section a little bit more. At Tyler, we got separated, man. It was like crazy. Apparently he found a nice pair of like Adidas shorts, and who knew? It was an absolute madhouse. Forgot about this. Tyler brought this over. It's a Cincinnati Reds mug, and it's got, I think this is a like 1970 to 2002. So that's probably like Riverfront Stadium. Before they built Great American Ballpark. And I was telling him, you know, we used to go to that stadium all the time when I was a kid and have a lot of fond memories there. So thanks for that. We went over to Buckeye Games and Flea Market because I needed some of these. They charged me $1 a piece. The old Nintendo. This one got a Toys R Us price tag on the back. Look at that. Clamshell cases, which was awesome. I only got 1 game. And this game's been there for a while, and I'm like, oh, I'll get it, and then I don't get it, and I'm like, oh, I'll pull the trigger on it. And then today was the day, but Need for Speed Nitro on the Wii. Now this game is sort of a Nintendo Wii type exclusive. It was only on the Wii, and I want to say either the DS or the 3DS. I don't really remember. It's a pretty cheap game. It's like $7, but it's not a game that I see a lot. That's complete, in good condition, and like I said, it's got some exclusivity. So yeah, Need for Speed Nitro. It was $7, so it's why are you waiting to buy that? Just spend the $7. So did snag some stuff off of Whatnot this week. And when I say I snagged some stuff, I mean I like bought one thing. So I won a giveaway, which is big on Whatnot. And this is a Famicom game. This is Pennant Race Baseball. I don't have a Famicom, you know. It's not a system that I would probably buy at this point in my life. But I do like the cover art. It's pretty cool. And then on another Whatnot live stream, I won a giveaway, which he threw in my package with my other game. And it's a Pokemon, which is lenticular, that does whatever that does. I don't know. Tyler knew what it was. I said, you can have it, but I need to put it in my video first. Whatnots is a crazy place. Retro Heck and I were talking about this. Is like the amount of complaining that goes on when your item doesn't auction at the high number that you want it. This is $100 game on eBay, guys. This is $100 game. You gotta do me right, guys. Give me $100. You know, you gotta get close. You know, I can't continue to take a bath on this. Then they started at $1. It's wild, man. It's like the Wild West over there. And then I love how people are like, this is my other thing. Like I have a huge issue with how we price games in the gaming community, because they'll say on price charting, this is a $50 game. This is a $50 game. I sold one yesterday for $40. So it's a $40 game? Let me tell you something. The video game market would tank because price charting uses eBay sold listings. If price charting actually accounted for all of the auctions that happen on Whatnot, where $30 games get sold for $17 price, the entire video game market would crash. Because nothing really sells for what it goes for on eBay or is listed at on price charting. It never goes for that price on Whatnot. But price charting doesn't take into account Whatnot's lower sales numbers per game, you know. Anyway. So I'm watching this guy on Whatnot, Array of Goods, man. And this dude is crazy. He's like, Micro Machines, $5, run it. Legend of the Lagoon, run it. Go, go, go. So it's crazy, man. He runs so many items. Like, it's just one thing after another. It's like crazy. But he was running a couple of these, man. I had to jump on it. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, Koei Tecmo on the Switch. Very excited to get this into my collection, and I'm definitely going to play it. Probably going to be on the docket for next year. There are some game franchise guys, Castlevania, Contra, the Ninja Gaiden. These games are better in 2D. They always will be. You're not going to convince me otherwise. Those get Mega Man. They just don't work out that well in 3D. They're at their absolute best in the 2D realm, you know. You know, Kirby and Zelda and Mario, they work pretty good in 3D. But, man, Ninja Gaiden is at its best in 2D. Includes a soundtrack and a booklet. And I got this for $26 plus $5 shipping. And I won the givey, which is exciting. But I can see how motherfuckers are going broke on Whatnot because it's like bid. You know, they're just, it's unbelievable. Yeah, so that's cool. You guys use Whatnot? Let me know. All right, the lighting is dark because we are going down the dark hole of Whatnot. I forgot that I bought this. Well, I won this auction. I didn't really mean to buy it. This chick was like just flipping through games and she's just throwing them up there. She's like, Mario Kart on the Wii U, $4 start, go. And I just bid $4. And I was like, well, somebody's going to bid. So, and nobody bid. So somehow I ended up winning a copy of Mario Kart on the Wii U with the insert there and the case. So, again, yeah, it's one of those things where Whatnot is extremely dangerous. So if you're on Whatnot, be careful because I didn't really mean to win this game, but I bid on it and I ended up winning it anyway. But with the $5 shipping, basically paid retail without the cover art. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this very short episode, man. New Goodwill was crazy. Got a Ninja Gaiden game that I wanted to get. So I think we had a good, it was a promising week, I should say. It was a good week. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share on social media. Don't forget to bang that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of your CM retro gaming goodness. Guys, take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next one.